Okay, hello and welcome everybody. We're doing a short prenup of the first day of the German Nationals 2017. With me I got René, a member one of my club from the X-Wing Self-Help group, who made it into the cut, into
Right,
the
yes.
top 32. So first of all, congratulations for that.
Thank you, thank you.
Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about how the first day has been for you.
It was a very exciting tournament. It is my fourth tournament all around for X-Wing, and in the last time I was in the last quarter or something like that, second half,
And
far away from something like the cut.
this time it's the big game for
It's
you.
very exciting, and I think I haven't realized it at the moment. Yes, yes.
Okay, what's the list that you're playing?
Yeah, I'm playing for Thai with PS9, Hole Runner, Scorch, Backdraft, and Quick Draw.
Okay, that's quite an unusual list.
Yeah, I think so. The most benefit I took from that is that nobody expects such a list.
Yeah, I get that.
It's far away from the actual meta, I think, and I think that was a bonus for today. Yes.
So, what would you say today? What was the meta like? What lists did you have to face today on the first day?
Actually, in the morning I saw many Dengar Nim lists, and I expected that I had to get 2 or 3 of them at the day, in 2 or 3 matches. But actually, I got only one Dengar Nim list, and that was the only one I was defeated from. And so the other 5 lists I could defeat, and it was quite nearly also a loss. In every match, there was only one Thai SF that has survived.
Okay, so quite close games.
Except the last one, there was also Scorch, so 50 points I got. There was no 100 and 0 or something like that. Yeah. What about the other lists? There was a Cass Ventress. I had I think some luck to get Cass very early in the game, the second shooting round, I think, and Ventress was then such like a hard thing to get, but there
Like she always is.
One Thai SF survived and got her, so I won this one. Fairshock Rebels, of course, is
one list that I think everybody expected to see today.
Yeah, that's right. It was only Backdraft who won the match. Was actually some short finish. I can remember that I have positioned Backdraft exactly between Jess and Loic, who survived, and I got the shot in front and back, and killed both in one shooting round.
Nice.
Yeah, and they also could not shoot back in this round, so I was sure to take the focus and something like that, and I got them.
Okay. So how did you place today? What place are you on in the ranking?
25.
Okay.
I think, yes.
So you know who you're playing against, right?
I do. At the moment I just didn't have a look.
Okay, but because I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, is it like the first against
The last?
number 32?
Okay.
Second against number
So
31?
I'm about 7 or something
Okay,
like that.
so you don't know who you're playing
No,
against
no.
and which list you're facing?
Not yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good. Yeah, okay, thank you. And
problem.
maybe we see you tomorrow live on camera
Thank you
on
for
the
the
stream
invitation.
table.
I hope so.
And have a good night and best of luck tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to know
Okay,
it. Yeah.
thanks, man.
Thank you.
Good. So now we switch from an X-Wing Nationals rookie to the still current German national champion Thorsten Karrer, who is still able to defeat his title because he as well, congratulations for that, is in the top 32 cut for
Thank
tomorrow.
you very much.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about your first day here.
So this year, the German National Championship, I was pretty sure I was not up for like the top tier competition. First, I didn't get the chance to play that much, and then second, the current state of the meta is not really the way I prefer to play the game.
Okay, is there anything that like you feared because of the current meta? Any ships that you thought, okay, now this is going to be on the table and this is something that I might have trouble with?
It was not so much what I would be coming up against, but it was more like what I was willing to include into my list. So a couple of basic rules I had when I was making up my list was, well, I was sure I wouldn't play Scum because Scum is in a very, very strong position and has been for quite some while, so I don't enjoy that too much. Second is I was pretty sure I wouldn't bring Ordnance because especially with the cruise missiles at the moment, it's also a very, very strong upgrade, and I just don't like the way that ships can be obliterated before they can do anything in the game. You see ships getting vanquished in the second combat round, or basically in the first combat round.
Yeah.
So I was clear I wouldn't include any ordnance into my list. And third, I'm usually a rebel player, but last year I won the German National Championship using Biggs. This year I was pretty sure I wouldn't want to include Biggs.
Okay.
So
I think I hear somewhere in the distance a big screaming.
So when I was building my lists, and I actually built 3 for today, these were the major concerns I regarded when I was building the list. So it wasn't so much what I would come up against, because that was pretty certain it would be like Fish Up Rebels, it would be Dengar Nim, and it would be Ordnance. And these were exactly the things I wouldn't play. So this morning I decided,
This morning.
using a die roll, which of the 3 lists I would bring, and it ended up being Rebel, Nim, and Dash. And so I played it the first time this morning, and I quite enjoyed it actually.
Seems like it.
Dash is something I've played before, but nowadays usually you don't play him as the classic Super Dash, so you don't include the engine upgrade and stuff like that.
Are you playing the Lone Wolf variant with Ray?
Exactly
and,
that
okay,
one.
yeah.
So Lone Wolf, Ray, and then it comes up to 52 points, and then I include the Burnout Slam, which actually saved my bacon quite a few times today. And then you have 47 points left, and 47 points can be either Nim or Miranda, and I don't really enjoy Miranda too, because I also didn't want to play regen, so I included Nim, and it is the same build that Nathan ID brought to Gen Con. So that was 47 points flat, and so that was a pretty nice match. I was pretty sure I wouldn't make the cut with that list because I was expecting to see a lot of TLT. I was expecting to see a lot of Dengar Nim, and if you just like juxtapose these 2 lists, you see, well, Dengar is basically stronger than Dash, and Scum Nim is stronger than Rebel Nim. So usually you shouldn't be able to win that matchup. But I was incredibly lucky to not be matched against Egerman that often. No,
Matchup is a big deal.
I only got them in the last game. So, although I got Kane and Biggs twice, and Kane and Biggs is a nightmare for this because you really don't have the defense. It is basically every time you try to attack the Ghost, you will eat 4 damage, and their damage capacity is much higher than yours. So, in theory, you really can't win the matchup. So in the first match, for example, I lost Dash right away, so he was dead by turn 4.
And how did you get the thing around? So what was your tactic for the game against
the
Kane and
only
Biggs?
thing I could do is we had quite a dense asteroid field, so the only thing I could do was use Nim to kite the Ghost through the asteroid field and then wait until the shields are gone and then try to crit it. And I was incredibly lucky that that actually worked.
Okay. Yeah, relying on crits to win the game is
that was
quite...
It was not a game I should have won, because it was really the classic, the Ghost flies over the debris field, my opponent rolled a crit, it is major explosion, my opponent rolls a hit, and it's some other nasty crit that comes in. And that happened a couple of times until the Ghost was so low that I can actually sweep in and kill it. And then that pretty much the same thing happened later on in the tournament again. So none of the games were especially easy. Most of them were really hard work, and one night I took a risk, it didn't pay off, and then the game was lost after 20 minutes.
Okay.
But the other games I got away lucky, and now I'm here, now I'm in the cut again. Wasn't really planning to defend the championship, but now that I am in the cut,
yeah,
I will surely try.
Yeah, I guess you're ambitious now, right?
A little bit.
Okay. So one thing I was wondering, I was walking around the tables, seeing what the people were playing. Of course, because of the amount of players that were playing, I couldn't see everything. I was wondering, did you see any of the Thai aggressors with TLT? I haven't seen personally any of them today. Did you?
I have heard that some are here, but I haven't seen them.
Okay.
And
you don't know how well they were doing today?
no, I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I'm not even sure if we have any in the cut.
Okay. And one last thing, because how many times have you been to nationals before?
I think I started attending nationals in 2014, and that was occasionally also my first tournament ever. And then 14 and 15 I attended, and 16 I was lucky enough to win it, and now it's 17.
Okay, so it's the first time in Düsseldorf now. So
Yep.
what do you think about the location here?
I think it's actually a pretty good location. So, well, the first thing they really got down correctly this time is providing proper play mats. So I'm extremely happy because last year
we got official FFG playmats instead of those PVC slippery things
the
from
ones they had last year
yeah.
you could play air hockey on.
Yeah.
So they were really, really slippery. And so that is amazing. And the tables are wide enough so you can put down your stuff. It's not exactly roomy, but it's not exactly cramped either. I mean, we're playing on 2 different floors. The bottom floor is actually much more spacey. Unfortunately, the top table's on the top floor, so if you want to make the cut, you have to be in the cramped space.
If you're good, there's always a price you gotta pay.
Exactly.
Okay, good. Yeah, maybe we see you tomorrow in the
sure hope so.
stream on one of the first 2 tables here outside. And yeah, congratulations again for making the cut.
Thank you very much.
And good luck, and especially lots of fun for tomorrow.
I will have.
Okay, see you then.
See you.
Good. Before we start tomorrow, the first round is going to start at approximately 10 a.m. Around 50 to 20 minutes before the game, we are going to do a little prenup for the first round. I'm going to take a look at the lists that are going to be in the top 32 cut, give a little overview about what you're expecting to see, and I hope a lot of people are going to tune in. And I wish you a good night, and may the force be with you. See you tomorrow.